Welcome back to the broadcast, everyone. I'm Leon Porter, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some very important tips regarding time management. Now, if I was to ask you how good of a time manager you are, or in other words, how well do you manage your time, what would your answer be? Well, that's what we're going to be discussing today. And all of us at some point in time had some issue with time management. Just by mentioning that, your mind can go back to some time where you actually lost track of time or you was late for work and so forth and so on. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some tips on how you can tighten up in the area of time management to where it works for you instead of against you. Again, I want to thank Mrs. Porter for allowing me to be a part of these broadcasts to share these important tips with you. I really appreciate the opportunity of being here to share with you because it's vital information that you need to know not only as a child care provider, but no matter what your profession is, everyone can benefit from these broadcasts that we're sharing with you. We're going to get right into it. We have essential time management skills. There are 17 that I want to go with you, and I'm going to go through these quite at a speedy rate, not too fast, but fast enough because I do not want to draw out this particular broadcast. But goal setting. How often do you set goals? That's number one. Number one, you must understand, which I had to learn this. If you don't have a goal, whether short-term or long-term goals, you're just like a ship without a sail in the sea. You're just coasting along. Setting goals is very important, vitally important, because it lets you know, it gives you a mindset of where you're going. It gets you to the point to where you already have a point in mind that you want to achieve, or a goal in mind per se, that you want to achieve, and you're putting things in order or getting things in order to help accomplish that goal. The great NFL football player, Bo Jackson, has this particular quote, and I quote, "Set goals high and don't stop until you get there." That is very powerful, very powerful. You set goals, but when you set them, it's more than just setting them. Put forth the effort, put forth the action, the plan of action that you need to take in order to until you get to that point of achieving that particular goal. But again, goal setting is vitally important. Here's some quick questions to ask. What is your ultimate goal? Ask yourself that. What is my ultimate goal? What do I want to achieve as a business person? What do I want to achieve when it concerns becoming a better me? What do I want to achieve when it concerns becoming a better parent, becoming a better friend, family member? And the list just goes on and on and on and on and on. Regarding, what kind of person that you want to become. What do you want to learn? That's another part of goals, setting goals. Your vision for your life. We did touch bases on that. Where do you want to go? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to accomplish? That's another key point. Prioritization. For many, that can be a difficult word to say, prioritization. But in other words, setting your priorities in order. What do you have at the top of your list? What's second? What's third? Well, we emphasize it a lot here. As Christians, God should be at the top of the list. Putting God first, because He's the one that gives you the power to get wealth in the first place, and He knows how to give you creative ideas and witty inventions to bring about to get wealth off of. So putting God first, that's one of the key areas of prosperity, concerning the laws of prosperity. Now, number two, what is your second priority? Prioritizing. In the daycare world, sometimes, and again, this doesn't mainly focus on daycare, but it can be any type of profession. You get unorganized. Unorganization. You got papers over here, papers over there, papers down there, papers up here, papers everywhere. You don't have any type of organization. Don't have anything at top priority. What's top priority? What's middle priority? What's low priority? And you just put them in order and get them accomplished accordingly. But priority is very important when it concerns these tips that we're sharing with you today. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, his quote is, "Things which matter most must never be at the mercy of things which matter least." Wow. That's very powerful. All right, the next key point is self-awareness. Ralph Ellison states, "When I discover who I am, I'll be free." Who are you? Do you know yourself? There's questions to ask. It's very important. A lot of people don't know who they don't work the same way. You may do things different than I do, which I know we do because we're all different people. You must know your limits. You must know who you are in business. You must know things about yourself. I mean, you've been living with yourself since birth, right? So you should know yourself. But a lot of people, can not be in the area or the mindset or the self-awareness aspect, as it states here, of knowing who they are. A person that says, I just can't do it, I just can't do it, but deep down inside they can do it. They know who they are? How many times have you had to tell someone, man, you just don't know who you are. You got what it takes. Ma'am, you got what it takes. Woman, you got what it takes. You have to realize who you are. And there are many different ways we can go with that. Self-esteem. Self-esteem can cause you to live below your standards when it concerns who you are. Your self-awareness of yourself. If you have low self-awareness of yourself, then that's how you're going to think. That's what you're going to accomplish in life. You're always going to live in low self-esteem and not achieve as much. But if you have a high self-awareness of yourself, you're going to achieve much because your heart is in it, your mind is in it. I mean, you full in it. You're immersing yourself in everything that you do to make sure that you are a success despite what the naysayers are saying. You are pushing all that aside like water on a duck's back, and you pressing forward towards victory. You pressing forward towards success. I mean, there's nothing that can stop you. Like a locomotive train at full speed. You're there to accomplish your goal, and nobody is going to get in the way to accomplish that. So that's an aspect that we can use that as an illustration today regarding self-awareness, but it can have many different type of meanings and ways of description. Self-motivation. How often do you self-motivate yourself? If you're sitting around waiting for people to cheer you on, because the same people that cheer you on can boo you on, can boo you off. You have to motivate yourself, and it kind of ties into the illustration that was given regarding self-motivation. You have to motivate yourself. Motivation is key. If you don't know how to motivate yourself, I mean, who else is going to motivate you? You have to be able to motivate yourself when nobody else is willing to motivate you. You have people to tell you can't do it. Why do you want to pursue that profession? You'll never make anything of it. All these different type of naysayers and negative words that come out of people's mouths. And, but your self-motivation, your self-awareness of who you are, proves to, I mean, you're not trying to prove to people, but nevertheless, you want to, be that high achiever in life to accomplish your goals. You have to understand that, self-motivation is key when it concerns anything, whether you're in business or not. Being motivated is vitally important to winning in life. Focus. How often do you focus? Are you easily distracted from your goal? As a business person, as a parent, are you easily led astray mentally when it concerns prioritization and all the things that we talked about earlier? When it concerns accomplishing your goals, We don't want to lose focus, because when you lose focus, things become blurry. They begin to get, not as clear. You started out on fire. You're ready to go. You're ready to start this new business venture in life, and then as time progresses, you get challenges from the right, and challenges from the left, and people start naysaying and talking about your business and how unsuccessful you're going to be, and you come across parents and business people that let you down, and then but that sharp focus, after a period of time, if you allow it, will become blurry, and you don't need to dwell on that. You need to hurry up and say, hey, listen, I'm not going to lose my focus, despite what is going on around me, what's happening, what people are saying. I'm going to refocus my vision that I have for my life and for my business, and I'm going to accomplish it despite what I'm hearing or seeing. Zig Ziglar states regarding this focus topic here, lack of direction, not lack of time, is the problem. We all have 24-hour days. How are you using those 24-hour days? Are you maximizing and getting all you can out of every moment of the day regarding these particular tips that I'm sharing with you today? And that is key, maximizing your time. Decision making. A lot of times, you can get into a position where it's hard to make a decision. Whether the person is close to you and you don't know how to tell them no, or you don't know how to respond. And when it concerns business, when I was young, I didn't understand this particular saying like how I do now. But never mix business with pleasure. That can be interpreted many ways, but it's key. If you have a person that is close to you, you're in business with a best friend, and you see they're doing things that are really not compliant or really not agreeing to what your business model is as a business person. And a lot of times, you don't know how to tell them no. But that's one of the most refreshing things that you can do in life, is making the decision to tell someone no. Learning how to say no, making the final decision, to say no, no, no. It's freeing. Try it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Which task to do? This is in reference to decision making. What tasks do not get done when a task is to be completed? Which meeting you are to attend, and who you can and cannot help. You can't help everybody. There's a true saying, you can't do everything. You can make it personal. Say, I can't do everything, but I can do something. There you go. Very good. You can't do everything, but come to the understanding when it concerns making the decision to know that you cannot do everything, but that you can do it. Do something. Next point. Planning. Oh, Lord. Many of us have a hard time with planning. Yes, we do. Planning ahead. When you make plans, a lot of times you can make plans and never get those plans accomplished because you fail to start. There's so much that can be said about planning. But that is one of the key areas, when it concerns business. In the Bible, it says, without counsel, plans go awry. But in the multitude of counselors, plans are established. A lot of times we can plan things alone. I've used the illustration, don't be the butcher, the baker. You're not called to be the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, people. You can't do it all. And if you have plans every day, you wake up every day with plans to try to be all three, you're going to burn yourself slap out. So, regarding, doing business or handling business, and even as in parenting life, you can't do it all. You have to plan ahead. You must get things done the right way. by setting goals and planning what you're going to do next and getting those things accomplished. I'm going to read here. It says, planning done the right way is quick and easy, but when we use wrong methods, it become a real pain, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Communication skills. Now, broken communication can be a tremendous problem. Have you ever said something and someone on the receiving end took it the wrong way? Yes. I can answer that for you. Yes. I mean, it was just as simple and you just said it and you didn't mean anything by it, but the receiver don't know what was going on the inside. Anyway, they interpreted it the wrong way, and next thing you know, the volcano erupted. And there you go. But broken line of communication or communication is vital in the business world, and not only the business world, but also in the personal world, in every arena of communication. But when there's a broken line or poor communication, it causes issues, in life. And that's what we want to avoid. The key point here is learning to say no. Here it is right here. Learning to say no, learning to tell people no. As I emphasize again, don't be a yes person all the time. Learn how to tell people no. It's not, whether their feelings get hurt or not. I mean, hey, you got to look out for yourself. You say it respectfully. You say it, to the point, and, you let them know, hey, listen, despite, what's happening now, I'm not going to be able to assist you, or no, I cannot do that, or no, whatever the situation may be. But I'm telling you, when you're learning how to tell people no, is very freeing. But I'm going to read it here. Learning to say no and saying it on a regular basis whenever appropriate is one of the quickest ways that you can improve in your time management. And all these points up until now, point number 8 is working on time management. And again, do your research, do your own study, find out what you need to do to become a better you in business and in your personal life, because it's key. When you read things, you put them into practice, and when you put them into practice, it brings forth that good harvest, that good fruit that you've been striving for regarding the things you want to accomplish in life successfully. Now, here's another: questioning and challenging. All right. What is to be done? When is it to be completed by? There's the time. How much is required? There's the amount. The manner in which the work is to be performed. That is the process. Any other details which impact on your ability to complete the work. There is the logistics. When it comes regarding this particular aspect of questioning and challenging, these points are very important. The key point here is asking a few questions up front will allow you to avoid a lot of hardship down the line in the future. And that is key. Taking time to achieve clarity at the beginning will save you far more time in the long run. Now, I got to tell you, construction or carpentry illustration. Do you know why carpenters measure more than once? Well, I'm going to share it with you. They measure more than once because whenever you cut the first time, that's it. If you didn't measure right, you just messed up that board and you got to go to the store and get another one. So it's always very important to gauge things regarding questioning and getting it right the first time, and asking questions the first time and getting clarity to avoid, chaos down the road, like the carpenter. And that can be chaotic. I mean, I've done carpentry work, and I mean, you measured it, thought you had it right, but when you cut that board, that only board you had on the work site, it caused a lot of inconvenience. So measure the first, measure twice, measure again, get confirmation, cut. Ask questions first, ask questions, get clarity second time, and then the third time, the same, and then you're ready to move forward because it's already been established, you know what to expect, and go forward with it. All right, let's see, did we skip one? Delegation, outsourcing, learn how to ask people to do things. Delegate responsibilities. Again, don't be the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. There are other people that are willing to help and assist, but if you don't allow them to help and assist, you can cause a lot of issues in your life. Learn how to delegate responsibility. Learn how to, and you do it not in a mean way, people. Okay, you don't want to be I'm not gonna say it, but you want to be kind. You want to get the point across that you can delegate this person a certain responsibility and expect for them to go get it accomplished. Whether it's preparing meals for the children, picking up items from the store for the children, getting stuff for the safety kit inside of your daycare, making copies. That helps to free some time up for you as the business executive to get things refocused and focused in on what you need to do for the business in order for it to run smoothly, on a day-to-day basis. But if you're trying to cook food and trying to make copies and doing all these other different type things, you got yourself stretched wide, and it can cause issues when you have able-bodied individuals that are with you or on your staff that can help you, but you must first be willing to delegate responsibility to those individuals. Now, the key point here is there's a big difference between being responsible and getting something done and being the one who must do it. When you realize this, you can save a great deal of time by availing of the help that others can offer you. Use it. 11, coping skills. How do you cope? Are you a good coper? Here's the key point. Coping skills is essential time management skills because as the cliche goes, the show must go on. I mean, it must go on. If you let setbacks stop you, you will never get anything done. You can't let setbacks stop you. You're going to have situations that may occur that can cause setbacks, but you move forward and never stop. Cope, adjust, make the necessary changes you need to make, and progress. Stress management. Oh Lord, I know this broadcast. I know we overtime now because we talk about stress. Stress. I know we're gonna go overtime now. Y'all might as well keep watching because here it is. Stress management. How you managing stress? Lord, we can go on all night about that. You may be stressful right now watching this broadcast. Stress, it creeps up. It creeps up. You can try to say, oh, I love everybody. Everybody I love. I get along with everybody. And Lord, next thing you know, you're pulling your hair out and you're taking this medicine and that medicine to try to lower your blood pressure. And just stress. We all face it. We all have different bouts with it at momentary points. It can be a part of life. But notice the word management. Now, one thing that you don't want to do is, now what you do here now, let's see. Now, one thing you don't want to do when it concerns management. Now, a better way of saying that is stress annihilation. Doing things to keep stress at bay, keep it from becoming a part of your life, keep it from embedding deep as a bitter root within you, because when it becomes a bitter root, it can bring forth a lot of different types of, illnesses, sickness, disease, all those different type things in your body. Do your research when it concerns what you need to do in order to decrease your stress levels to where you not only do you become the person that's doing the research, but you're coming about stress. You're becoming that person that is being informed about what you need to apply to your life in order to become stress less. And this is a real world. You have real problems. You deal with real people, but there is a real solution. But you have to seek it out. Don't ever feel as though stress needs to be a part of your life. You need to be on a 10 all the time and telling people off and giving them a piece of your mind and letting them know about themselves, and you're just you're just a grump. You don't want to be that type of person, because a lot of people are not fruitful or walking in the earth now, if you understand what I'm saying. They're no longer alive because they allow themselves to stress themselves to a point. And one thing about stress can get to a point where there's metal, steel, or wood, whatever, and even attitude. It can get to a point, if you don't control it. There's always, notice that word stress. You stress something so much, and after you stress it for a while, what's going to happen? It's going to break. Okay, so you want to be careful or cautious, or understand the importance of stress management. I'm just going to move on from that. We'll be here all night when talking about different ways of stress and so forth and so on. So let's go on to point 13. Okay. All right. Working effectively with others. Don't be a pill. A lot of times you can think it's your coworker, but it's actually you. You're the problem. You ever thought about that? You may see yourself as being this, person that get along with everybody, but at point in times you can also be the issue as well. I mean, I can go on and on about that. And a lot of times it can be the other person, and hey, you're not the one. Okay, so you want to be aware of that. When you're working with others, you want to work effectively. That means in unity, getting the same goal accomplished together, and accomplishing more than any of you can ever do alone by yourself. But working effectively with others is vitally important when it concerns time management. You can get a lot more things accomplished with more than one person. All right, 14. As we head toward the last few points, record keeping. That goes back to organization. You're an organized person, and the key point here is keeping records is a major pain in the backside. But you must learn how to do it. We have organization. Keeping records as a business person. Getting this record keeping, in control. But it's very important for you to implement. Organization and filing. That's another aspect. That's just a piggyback of what has already been said. Organization, patience. You must have patience as a business owner. A lot of times we want things microwaved, but you have to be patient. Practice patience, because it is a virtue that all of us can continue to grow in every area of life. A lot of times we want it right now. Come on, let's get it. Hey, I ain't got time now. Time is money. Money's time, and they just go on and on and on. But the key point here is patience isn't just a virtue. It is a skill that has to be practiced and implemented in order to see the benefit and effects. All right, last point is a big one. Forgiveness. Learning how to forgive others, just as you would want to be forgiven. Well, what does that have to do with time management skill? It has a lot to do with time management skills. And if you ask me, this is the foundation right here. Forgiveness. If you don't forgive people, man, that'll have you, in a bad way. And you don't want to be that way. You don't want to be a person that is unforgiving, especially, in the business world, family life. But the key point here is forgiveness is not just one of the most important time management skills. It is one of most important life skills that we have to practice. It is a gift which you give yourself by freeing yourself up to focus on more important matters. Well, I'm going to stop there because that's enough said. Forgiveness really brought it home there. Well, hopefully this particular broadcast was a benefit to you today, and I know we went over time, but thank you for your patience. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.